Tonight I am on my Linux computer and I am streaming on Twitch using OBS Studio running under Debian Linux. And as you can see here, this is Debian Linux. I have my desktop picture here that I designed. I have all of my applications. This is totally, I mean, Linux is just really cool. Like you can do anything in Linux you can do in Windows, almost anything anyway. But in this, I'm using the XFCE desktop environment because I specifically, when I installed Debian on this computer, this is my Linux computer that my friend Jamie sent me. It's got almost 32 gigabytes of RAM, and it's a very good computer. But I was having problems where Windows overwrote the bootloader and I couldn't boot into Ubuntu. And so finally, I bought a new computer that has Windows 11 on it, and I just installed the latest version of Debian. It was Debian 12. Code name is Bookworm. So this is my computer details on the computer I'm using. Yeah, so and yeah, good stuff. So this is my operating system that I use for all of my programming. Like all of the games I make are on here. And I was just I don't know because yeah, see you should be able to see on my screen. Whatever is currently on my screen is exactly what you see here. You see my mouse cursor, you see OBS Studio here. But if I go up here and switch to Firefox, you can see that I was reading a page about bit rates. And that's because I wanted to know what bit rate should I use when I'm streaming from Linux, because it actually is handled automatically when I do it from Windows. But now I can't change any of these settings right now, which I don't wish to. I'm just showing you what my settings are for this stream. My canvas is 1280 by 720 because I'm going to be doing programming and I don't really need higher than that. And my output for streaming is 300 kilobits per second. So that's what I'm using. So I have some ideas. See, there's a project that I've been working on. Um, and actually, there's a few things I would like to show people. Is okay. Now, I don't know. Actually, wait a minute. I need to check and make sure. Okay, what is my Okay, I need to go to my Twitch channel because see, on Linux it doesn't really let me log into Twitch from OBS Studio. I don't know why. So let me see here. Let me look at my channel here. Okay, it says chess and chill is what it's showing. Okay, so it's showing. Oh yeah, this looks really cool. Because I did have a chess and chill stream going on last night. Okay, yeah, this is freaking. We have an infinite loop here. But yeah, that's weird. So for example, now if somebody types a message in the chat like I'll just put testing in the chat. Now, I won't really be able I would have to go back to this page specifically to see the chat. Um, so I don't think I'm going to actually do much chatting, but if somebody does chat, I may just come back and check the chat. Let's see, pop out chat. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is my stream chat. So I'll have a separate window just for the chat. So I will be able to use this to respond. So that'll work just fine. That'll totally work fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get started on some programming. But oh, I want to. Okay, if I go to my dashboard, I want to change the title of my stream. Stream manager. I want to change the title. Will it let me change the stream? Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna call this programming and chill. Okay. And then we're gonna choose a category. Okay, Let's see, programming. Okay, what options are there for programming? Um, let's see here. This is cool because you get to see the whole process. Okay, so I'm not okay. Let me okay for category. Let's look for C programming language. Let's see here. Um, hmm. Okay. Okay, let me try game development. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Okay. So game dev tycoon, game dev story, game dev studio, game dev arcade. I don't really know if any of these are accurate to what I'm doing. I want to have a good category for my stream, but I don't know much about categories. Okay, so let's try Linux. Let's try Linux. Okay. Nope, let's try Debian. Okay, let's try coding. Um, that's crazy. Okay, let's call open source. Okay, I can't find a category. Okay, because okay, let's see here. Yeah, I really don't know. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to go back to the just chatting category because even though this is programming, I'm going to be chatting about it. Okay, let's see here. I will also put Tetris, add it to the list of tags here. Yeah, okay, because Tetris and chess are games I play. Let's add programming as a tag. Okay, okay, that's good. So now I'm going to update the stream info. Oh, I have one viewer, but am I the viewer or is somebody else the viewer? I don't really know. Okay. Okay, so let me see. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that tab and then here, okay, then this is the page where I've been modifying the settings. Let's go back to my let's go back to my channel. Let's look at my channel again and see if everything is okay. Okay, okay, programming and chill. Okay, that works. So now that I've got that set up, I'm going to close this Firefox window, but I still have access to the chat. So if anybody does type something in the chat, I should be able to see it and type a message, but I have no camera on this computer. So anyway, now I'm going to get into my programming project. Programming is actually like a really boring thing for most people. And so I never really streamed it before, but I'm going to see if anybody has an interest in this. So first of all, I want to show you, let's suppose you never knew who I was. You never knew about Chastity White Rose, you never knew about Chaste, my Tetris game. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to first show you my first Tetris game I made. This is Chaste. And so this is a Tetris game that I made. And right now the game is playing itself, you see, because I made this game that can replay a move log. And so the game is capable of replaying a move log so it can play itself. And this is the SBZ mechanical T-spin factory, and it's an infinite loop. It is an infinite loop that keeps repeating. Now, the blocks can't come in the exact same order for my own Tetris game. That's part of what's cool about it. is it works. So you see I have my game window here. I also have a terminal which shows a lot. So you can see that this works. Basically, this is a Tetris game, but I'm not playing it right now. The game's playing itself. So I'm going to press escape and exit out of that game. Now, if you look at this terminal here, you'll see the command to compile and run that, GCC warn all ANSI for the 1989 standard, pedantic, so it's like really picky about things. By the way, I got those flags from the FreeBSD Developers Handbook. I always use them because I want my code to be standard compliant. And then SDL config, make sure it gets the correct flags for the current platform. It loads the font file, which is actually a bitmap. So anyway, that's my first game I made. So, um, but I actually made another Tetris game. In fact, I'm working on another one, and I'm gonna do a little bit. See, a Tetris game, at least my Tetris games aren't built in a day. Um, let's see here. Actually, now I want to make sure. Okay, I have desktop audio off, and that's important, you see, because my game does play music, and I don't want to get in trouble with Twitch for playing music that it doesn't like. So let me just load up. So okay, first of all, let me explain the process here. So this is the folder containing my source code here. So I'm gonna open a terminal in that folder. Then I'm gonna type make. Now, this is interesting. So it loads an image which is the same as what I have on my desktop. I was just testing, loading an image because I was thinking of making a title screen image and then just load that image for the title screen, not have to do the code. So that's the easy way, but I also might want to experiment with other ideas. So now if I press escape, let's see, where's the Okay, yeah. So I do hear like a Okay, yeah. So I can hear the audio. Let me be quiet for a second. Okay. I can hear the audio coming out of my computer speakers, but I have my headphones in, so I don't hear it very loud. Um, so what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna show you it loads the Tetris. Yeah, it loads the music files. It does. However, it doesn't really need to. Um, at the moment. But yeah, okay. So this is Chaste 1989, and as you see, it has the Tetris blocks, and so this is a purely black and white game. This is meant to mimic the Game Boy, but it's actually pretty cool. Yeah, this is fun. Yeah. So yeah, it works just like, a typical Tetris game. The blocks disappear as soon as you clear a line. So yeah, it's a complete Tetris game, and this is the game that I've been working on. And then there's the progress flag at the end. And technically, I don't really. I was just thinking, maybe having an ending or credit screen. So if I wanted to do this game the easy way, I would probably just have an image for the opening and closing. But it is a complete Tetris game. The game is complete as far as the gameplay itself. It plays Tetris just like the first Tetris, but this is Tetris 1989. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some changes. First of all, okay, I want to, let me try something. See, it takes time to load the audio files when the game first starts. But because I'm going to be in the process of development, I'm going to, let's see here. Okay, there's the views files. I'm going to disable the music. And how I'm going to do that is I'm simply going to go to the place. See, there's a certain place where it initializes okay, font library and it loads the font and everything. And then, okay, so then it will, um, yeah, and I actually don't even know. Okay, okay. I'm going to I'm going to comment out this. And now there's no syntax highlighting in Mousepad. Mousepad is the plain text editor. But that's fine. I'm going to use a plain text editor because I actually work best in black and white. I don't know. I'm weird that way. Okay. And so now let me see. Now, when okay, the game loads faster because it doesn't try to load any music. Okay, that's good. So it just goes straight into the game. So now, okay, I'm gonna be making some modifications. So first, it normally plays music there, and then it tries to load a move log. So we have image fill. So we have the image fill function, which is a function I wrote, by the way. I will show you that file. So let's see, IJI graphics. Wait, no, that's the wrong file. The right file. Okay, S999. So what this does is the image fill function, because I actually have some very interesting. So the image fill function will it tries to open the image as a texture, and then it displays a message if it couldn't load it. Then it queries the texture to get the width and height of the texture, and then it tells that the image was loaded successfully, and then it render copies. So it displays it on the current renderer, then it destroys the texture after and then it render present means it refreshes the screen. And then it does a while loop that will repeat until I press the escape key or click the X. So that's a function I wrote. Now, I don't know I actually don't know if this is readable. I might want to make the text a little bit bigger. Um, okay, let me go to my settings because that is a kind of a small font. So monospace rate. Okay, first of all, let's try monospace bold. Okay, let me try. Oh, oh, nice. Okay, monospace bold. But is that too big? Um, Okay, let me choose. Let me Okay. Let me try um hmm. Yeah, because I want it to be big enough. Let's try Okay, let me try See, I want it to be visible on stream because it's visible to me, but let's go up to 20. Okay, size 20 for the monospace bold. So this should be more readable than the tiny font I was using. So anyway, that's the function that, displays an image. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to make some changes here. I'm going to go to the place because this game does a lot of stuff. It has to initialize everything, the fonts, the image library, the SDL itself. It has to create a window, and it does a lot. See, it creates the window here. And then displays an error if it couldn't create a window. Yeah, there's a whole lot of code that goes into using SDL and game programming. Okay, and this is just says it was compiled correctly, you know, which of course, it obviously I'll get other errors if it didn't. So, and the font color is set to black. Red, green, and blue of the font color are all set to 0. So, also, I don't really know if this does anything or not. Let me uncomment that. Wait. Oh, I need to. Okay, yeah. Need to close the old program. Yeah, I don't really know. Let's set this to 100. No, not really. And I don't understand that. I just have this in here because I was reading about it, but I don't understand what it does yet. I thought I understood, but not really. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to okay, let's go here. What I'm going to do now is I actually need to test something. This is so what we're going to do here is we're going to um so okay, yeah, this say what we're going to do is we're going to disable the image at the start, and then we're going to disable um the image at the end. Those were only for, testing. So now it launches straight into the Tetris game. And I have thought about just doing it this way. I totally could not bother with the title screen, just jump straight into the game. And it works, arguably. There's nothing wrong with that. I haven't decided how I'm going to go about this. But I actually want to do something else. Okay, first of all, I'm going to I'm going to disable the game itself, comment out that function. So now, see, notice what it does. It says it was compiled correctly. It opens the audio, initializes that, but then it didn't open the input file because there is none in the folder. And then the program ends because no game was loaded or anything. So, however, I need to actually do some more tests. So, okay, so here we have a text test function. And I'm using the SDLTTF function. Okay, so yeah, I mean the library. Okay, so text test. Okay, so here is a test. It just it takes the currently selected font. I'm using a very specific font, by the way. I want to show you that font file. The font is called editundo.ttf. And there it is. There it shows, all of the hey, I did not. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so that shows what it looks like. They're the only capital letters in this font, but that's fine because this is the original Game Boy Tetris. I don't think it had lowercase letters. At least the title screen didn't. So, anyway, but anyway, as you see, it displays Chastity White Rose, the vegan virgin. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, instead of just text test, I think I'm going to change it to, okay, we're going to call it TTF test. Now, if I change the function called a TTF test, then it's not going to work. It's like warning implicit declaration of function TTF test. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to go into the other source file. Do I have any comments? No, I don't have any comments here. Let's go back to the folder. Let's go and let's open up 1989 ttf.h. So here's text test. Now we need to name it TTF test. So here's what it does. So it calls a function called TTF print. Now TTF print it prints the text to certain locations that are render present, so it refreshes the screen, shows it on screen, and then does the loop to wait till escape is pressed. So here is TTF print. This is a function I wrote. Okay, I'm going to add a comment. A function I wrote to place um, a single line of text from a string to the exact screen location I want. Okay. Okay, I'm going to, yeah, see, if I was using Visual Studio Code, it would mess me up because it would try to say I had error while I'm still typing. Okay. The dimensions of the window are global variables. Okay. Actually, W and H are also global variables. They're used a lot. Okay, so, okay, here's what it does. I want to show you something. So, it does TTF size text. I'm gonna be opening some documentation. Let's go to the readme.txt file. And I need to go to the SDLTTF wiki. Okay, let's see here. Um, let's see. Can I open a new tab from here? Okay, there we go. So I'm going to be looking at the documentation here for the STLTTF. We're going to go to, so let me, okay, what was the name of that function? Okay, it was TTF size text. So what we're going to do is we're going to go search for size text. Okay, TTF size text is the size that the text is predicted. So calculate the dimensions of a render string of Latin 1 text. So it's going to calculate, you know, what the size will be of the of a certain string of text. This will report the width and height in pixels of the space the calculated string will take it to fully render. This does not render the string to do this calculation. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Um, hmm. Yeah, let's say it says something about UTF. I'm not sure. Um, but I don't really think that's relevant for my purpose. So we know, okay, so I'm going to uncomment this out. And so now we're gonna rerun the program. So notice okay, so it displays on the screen. Okay, to render string chastity white rose will be size width 361, height 35, and to render string the vegan virgin will be size 298 by 35. So the height is the same in either case. Okay, so that's fine at that current font size anyway. So, but I need to test. Okay, is the prediction? Okay, let's see. Okay, so let me change something. Okay, predicted um area to render string, yeah, will be size. Okay, so that's the predicted area. Okay, and then so text surface it's actually okay. I use a lot of global variables in my code. I know people say you're not supposed to, but it works for me. I have sections. This is actually the most organized program I've ever written. Okay, let's see here. Yep. Okay, predicted area to render string. Okay, so it's correct. So, but I have sections. So we have all the header files. All of these header files are used for various things. Variables that apply for any program I create use SDL2. So I always have a loop variable to control the game loop. I always have the width and height of the window, and this is 1280 by 720. This is standard YouTube resolution. Standard definition. I always use this because it works. It arguably works. An event is just named E, you know? Why not? The renderer is named renderer and window is named window. I'm not creative with my variable names here. I'm really not. So, yeah, most things here are pretty straightforward. And the font size is set at 40, and yet it actually takes a size of 35 height. It's kind of weird how that works. It's just a little bit weird. And that's just, these are all variables that I defined. And here's the variables for, yeah, these are the variables for the music files that are loaded when it loads music. And actually, I need to add proper credits at some point, but the first one is from OC Remix. The other two are from Game Chops. I have I have their music and it's under a Creative Commons license. So anyway, so I have a lot of things going on here. So what we actually need to do though is we need to test. So let me go back. I was just trying to show. Oh, and also width and height. Um, yeah, X and Y, width and height are all global variables. Now the reason for this is because I use X and Y for their, you know, coordinates positions a lot. It's used a lot. X and Y I use for so many things. Um, and width and height as well. But you're going to see an example of how I use this stuff. Okay, so let me, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Main.c is actually loaded in a separate mousepad instance. Okay, well anyway, yeah, we can open it again if we need to. But so here's what's going on is that it's predicted what the size will be. But now we need to actually find out what is the actual width and height. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to do, let me copy this text surface because this is a surface. So width equals text surface arrow operator width. Okay. And then we're going to do the same with the height. And let me see here. I'm just going to see if it works because that's how you access. Whoa. Okay, that's freaky. Notice that it did something funky. It did something really, really funky. It doesn't look the same anymore. So let's try to inspect and see why. Okay, so then printf, okay, actual surface size is, okay, okay, width equals that, and height equals the other number. Okay. Okay. And then new line. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing. So we have, yeah, so width and height. So we're going to actually see how this works. Let's just see how this works here. Oh, I don't have a terminating character in my string. Okay, there's the second double quote. Okay, so let's see here. Actual, okay. Actual will be size, yeah, okay. Wait, actual surface size. Wait a minute. Did I mess something up? Oh, there, okay. I see what happened. Notice that I set both the width and the height. to the width. So it stretched it. Oh, it looks funny. Okay, so that's what's wrong. Okay. Now it shows up correctly. So now it shows that actual surface size is width equals 361 h35. Okay, so that's what's good about it, is that the predicted size and the actual size, they work. They totally work. Okay, so that works. So it actually works. So now let's just do something for fun, though. Let's change them both to be height, just for fun. Oop, then it doesn't show it correctly. Okay. So, okay, okay. So it predicts what the text will be. Okay. So let's try something, okay? I'm going to try something. So here we have, that's my whole thing there. Okay, so what we're going to do here is that okay, let's open main.c again. We're going to open main.c and we're going to do something. So there is okay, so we're going to change it. Let's see. Where TTF test. Okay, let's try changing the string. Okay, so let's say what if we try to put let's try putting a new line between chastity and white rose in the first string. It doesn't work. It displays a bizarre character. And that is not what I needed it to do. I want it to go to the next line. So as it turns out, there is actually a separate function for that, and I haven't learned how to use it yet. One of my goals tonight is to be able to learn to use that other function. Okay, so what we're going to do is so we already have TTF test here, and we know that it works. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to, let's see here. I'm going to make a copy. We're going to make a copy of this function, and it will be called TTF test 2. Okay, that's what it's going to be, TTF test 2. So we're going to change the function call to TTF test 2 now. Wait. All right. So now it's going to look the same because I just copied the actual entire function. So what I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to change things. I'm going to make a longer string of text. So I'm going to go here. So TTF print. Okay. I am Chastity White Rose, the vegan virgin. I am the creator of the video games Chaste, Chaste, Puyo, and Chaste panel. Okay. That's a much, much longer string. So now let's try this. Okay. Notice how it says, I am Chastity White Rose, the vegan virgin. I am the creator of... See, and then it cuts it off because there's not enough room on the window to display the entire text. Okay, so here's what I need to do. Okay, I'm going to delete this one here. I'm only going to be displaying a single string. So now we have that. So let's try something here. Now let me go back to the documentation. Wait. Okay, so what we're going to do here. Okay, so now you'll notice that, okay, there's render text solid, because this is render Latin one text at fast quality to a new 8-bit surface. It works. It will not word wrap the string. You'll get a surface with a single line of text as long as the string requires. You can use TTF render text solid wrap instead if you need to wrap the output to multiple lines. This will not wrap on new line characters. You will almost certainly want TTF render UTF-8 solid unless you're sure you have a 1-byte lat1 encoding. US ASCII characters will work with either function, but most other Unicode characters, okay. So, I mean, it works fine, so I'm not going to change what type of encoding it uses. But let's go back to this page. So, we're going to render text solid wrapped. So this is a very interesting function. So the function parameters are the font to render with. Okay, let me make this bigger. Text is the text render in Latin 1 encoding. Okay, the foreground color for the text. Okay, that's great. And then text is wrapped to multiple lines on line endings and on word boundaries if it extends beyond wrap length in pixels. If wrap length is 0, this function will only wrap on new line characters. Okay. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do something here. So, okay, so let's go back to, okay, TTF test. Okay, so it's calling that exact same function. That's what it's doing. But what we actually need to do is we're going to make a separate function, and it's going to be called TTF print wrapped. Now the function doesn't exist because I have to create it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy, see, here's TTF print. We need to copy this function because I have the flow in my head of how I'm going to do it. Wait a minute. Oh no, that I only want to copy one function. Only this function. So TTF print, we're going to copy this function and give it some spacing between the other functions. Paste it here. We're going to TTF print wrapped. Okay, so TTF print wrapped. Making a copy of the function so I don't screw up the original, which works great. Okay, so now we've made a complete copy. So it works, but it doesn't wrap the text yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it wrap. So here's how it's going to work. So it's going to, it calculates things. And then, okay, render text solid. That's what it's doing, render text solid. And it displays it right, but it cuts it off. Okay, so now we need to change this function call to the function that ends in wrapped. So now when I do this, note it's saying too few arguments to function TTF render text solid wrapped. Oh, interesting. Because it needs the width. It needs the wrap length. So we need to give it a wrap length. So let's try wrap length. Let's try giving it um 0. Okay, we're gonna try giving it. Wait, no, that's the wrong. Okay, wait, that's the wrong. Okay. Okay, okay, so we're right here. Okay, so we need to give it a 0, and let's see if it works. Okay, it works exactly the same. So the function works. But let's try giving, instead of 0, let's give it 100. I am Chastity White Rose, the vegan virgin. I am the. Oh, it works, you people. It works. It actually. Okay, that's funny. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. So what we're gonna do here is I'm going to um but let instead, okay, let's use width, the width of the entire screen or the window. Okay. I am Chastity White Rose, the vegan virgin. I am the creator of the video games Chaste, Chaste Puyo, and Chaste Panel. Oh, this is nice. It's working. It's actually working. Okay. Okay, this works. So it wraps correctly. So now let's try passing width divided by 2. Yeah. Yeah, see that? You see how it does that is it wraps it according to the width you give it. So it's like word wrap in Notepad or another text editor. Okay, it works now. It works. It works. So we have it working. So actually let's try doing height because this is going to be funny because it's gonna turn funny, but it still works. So anyway, let's change it back to just plain width. So now it correctly word wraps the text. Okay, this is really nice. I'm getting it working. This is actually working better than I expected it to work. Okay. Okay. So it works. Now, I noticed something strange. Notice how it says that its predicted area to render string is it's predicting uh, that it will be width. It predicts it will be that width. Um, yeah, it predicts that it will be that width because it's assuming it's all going on a single line, but it's not. So it's predicting wrong because this is a wrapped function. So the prediction, unlike the previous one. Now let's go back. Notice how if we just have TTF test and we have that go, then the predicted area to render string and the actual surface size are identical. That's very funny, isn't it? That's very funny. So now let's try something. Let's try going back to TTF test 2. Okay. Now, what happens if if we have it with incorrect information? So, anyway, let me explain how this works first is, it tries to predict and then it sets the to the actual surface size. And then it sets up the rectangle, the source rectangle and the destination rectangle. And those are important because see, um so let's see, the rectangle. Okay, actually those may be. Oh, yeah, where are those rectangles? Okay, because I know they're here somewhere. Yeah, SDL rect, source rect, and dest rect. Okay, I know what these variables mean. Nobody else does, unless anyone watches this stream. Let me check my chats. Okay, nobody cares. Nobody says anything. Yeah. Hello, empty world. Okay. Okay. So anyway, but so what if we did not set the width and height to be equal to the actual surface? Notice that it stretches it. It has it displayed wrong. Okay, we don't want that. We want it to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove, we're not going to predict um, anything. Actually, let me try something. What happens if it doesn't render the text at all? Well, then we get an error. We get an entire error because we're operating on something that doesn't exist. So anyway, we need to still generate the text surface. Okay, so we have, I'm thinking. So this function, when called, we're passing to it a character of text, a character string, um, and we're passing to it x and y value. And in this particular case, the value being passed to it is just this one long string, and at location 0, 0, the top left. So that's what's being passed to it. And we have it, so it's going to generate a text surface, which is a global surface variable. Technically, it's a pointer to a variable. Notice text surface and text texture and the rectangles. Everything is all set up in a very specific way. I spent hours on this. Okay. And so it uses that function to generate a surface. We get the attributes of that actual surface created. So let's see here. We're going to, yeah, so it does that. It says actual surface size is with 1280 by 720. So it just uses the, yeah, yeah, it just uses that. It works. It totally works. So, but we don't even need to display this. We're going to comment it out just because it's useful for debugging purpose. Generate the text as a surface. Grab the dimensions here. Then, if the text surface is null, then it will, if it's not equal to null, meaning if it exists, then it will create a texture, create texture from surface using the current renderer, and then it will free the surface, delete that memory there. It's important to free the memory because do you know what happens? Actually, it might still work because if you don't, well, it works in this case, but it's always good to free the memory so you don't end up with memory leaks. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to set things up a certain way. So the source rectangle is going to be, we're copying from the source texture 0, 0 to width and height. What happens if we set x to 100? What happens if we do that? Well, notice it doesn't look right. Chestnut Rose, the vegan version. I am the creator of Idio games. You see how it messed it up? That it's important because we need to be doing the whole thing. What if we only copied the source vector's width divided by 2? What if we only did half of it? Notice it only does half of the original text size. So the source is very important. Now it's also you can also put, okay, let's go SDL render copy. Actually, I would have to go to the documentation for that function. That's part of a separate library. Let me do null for that instead of, hey, it works. Amazingly, it works. And let's try doing null for this as well. It doesn't work right. Yeah, it doesn't work right at all. Something is a little bit off. It's off. I'm not sure why it's that way, but it's weird. So it's important to set up the destination and source rectangle exactly as you want, because otherwise it will try to scale it, and we want it to be exact. So see, we set the source rect to 0, 0 width height of the source, and then we set the destination rectangle to be equal to source rectangle, but then we change the x and y values to be x and y, meaning that it, at the destination that we pass with the x and y variables. So technically in this case it doesn't matter because we're displaying at the top left of the screen anyway. But in case it did matter, it's important to have those in there. What happens if I change this to null again? Yeah, it doesn't look right. It looks cool, but it doesn't look the way it's supposed to look. It's all stretched. So then of course after it renders it, then it will destroy the texture and free the memory. Okay, so it works. So we have a complete working function that displays wrapped text. So it works. It actually works. So here's what we're going to do now. What we're actually going to do is, see, this was, so 1990, okay, so this was TTF test 2. This was only a test, but it was a good, successful test. So we're going to make a copy of this test. We're going to copy this, and instead of TTF test 2, we're going to open a different file. We're going to open 1989 graphics. Now, the reason that the graphics is important because the graphics is actually where everything is done. So this header file is meant to contain all the functions which write things to the screen. So, yes, so void draw stats. So it displays the score, the number of lines cleared. This is all uses TTF print. It all works flawlessly, actually. So then, and then this is where we have the border size. We have we stats draw stats 1989. It's so yeah, it works. And so this is where it sets up the game itself. So the graphics are mostly handled here, as well as the input, in fact. Even though it's in a separate function, which is stored in another file, they handles a lot of graphics because this is the game loop itself. And there's a lot. Like I have stuff dealing with the polygon. For example, if I change the polygon to size to 5 instead of 4, notice it. Oh, that's right. I don't have the game loaded. Okay, yeah, I don't have the game loaded. So let me change that. Let me, okay. Okay, let me do something here. Okay, so first of all, let me continue what I was doing. So void TTF test 2. And then we're going to, okay, we need to, okay, before we get to the stats, we're gonna copy this function here. Okay, so we're gonna do TTF title screen. That's where it's gonna be. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to, let's see here. We're gonna comment out TTF test 2. That's what we're gonna do. And then we're just gonna compile and run the program and see what it does. Now, okay, so it doesn't load anything. So what we're going to do now, we're going to, okay, let's open this function up again. Steal Chaste. Okay. So now notice it's a spinning pentagon instead. Yeah, it's a spinning pentagon instead of a square. Now notice it's displaying all that text. Well, it's displaying all of that text because we still have the debugging code there. We still have that. And we don't need that. That's going to slow the game down, even though you can't tell it's slowed down because this is a fast computer. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the text editor. Let's go to the TTF test. So we're going to go to the wrapped, and then we're going to, okay, we need to comment out. Okay, we're going to, um, okay, yeah, we're going to comment out that debugging code for that. Let's see how it works. But see, it's still doing the second debugging code for what the actual surface size. So we don't want it to display any text unless there is an error. So now that we're running the actual game again, see why I had to disable the game for that? Okay, so here we are. So now the game runs. We have a spinning pentagon there. And that's cool. I can change it to any polygon I want. So for example, let's go back to the graphics section and let's change the polygon. Let's see here. Polygon size, let's change it to 6. Yeah, so now it's a 6-sided polygon. It's a hexagon. I can change it to be any polygon. There's separate code that handles the spinning of the polygon and stuff. I have a structure for it and everything. So I can change it to anything. Of course I included spinning polygon code into my game I made. So that's cool. Um, so here's what we're gonna do here. Okay, just for fun, I'm gonna change it to 3. Now it's a spinning triangle, which is actually cool. But I'm gonna change it back to 4 because actually let's try 44 to see how it looks. Okay, looks like a circle. Okay, so here yeah, this is what we have. Is we have a yeah. So we have that. We have a we have a spinning square, and it's a complete Tetris game. It's actually kind of amazing if you think about it. And okay, obviously I've made a lot of progress, but before I get back to, okay, let me try something. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's actually very cool. I can put the chat window right here. That's nice. I can just put it where I want, anywhere. But I'm going to use the restroom, and then I'm going to do a few more changes to this before I end the stream. I got the text working. I'm going to complete my title screen. I will be back. actually amazing. This is really amazing because now I'm back and I have the game works perfectly here. So we have all of this. It works, but I need to complete making the title screen. So what I'm gonna do, because we got now we need to go back because everything is working, but we need before the game begins, we need to actually do the title screen. Okay, so we need to make sure that we call the title screen function before it begins. Instead of displaying the image, we're going to call the TTF title screen. And then because I copied that other function, it looks exactly as it did. I am Chastity White Rose, the vegan virgin. I am the creator of video games Chaste, Chaste Puyu, and Chaste Panel. Okay. Okay, so, but I need to add to this string. Okay, so we're going to change this. So this is going to be a very big thing here. I created this special 1989 edition of Chaste Tris to have a white background and see actually okay to use only black and white um, to remind us of when Tetris was released in 1989 for the Game Boy. Okay, so let's see how it looks so far. Okay, that's actually very cool. That's actually extremely cool. Okay, okay. The okay, let's see here. The the original. Okay, yeah, wait. This game and the original Chaste Tris are available on my programming Patreon account. Okay. Okay. And so we're gonna paste the link to my Patreon here. Okay, so let me go to my web browser. This is actually cool. I can't believe I actually got the text working because I only needed a few functions from here. But and I followed an example because notice the show font.c for documentation. This I'm going to show you the source code of a full example. Now this is SDL3. I'm using SDL2, so I had to do some modifications. But I read the text of this source code and then I modified it for SDL2. But I actually this used a lot less. I just did solid text render and I didn't do any of the fancy stuff they were doing here. This is meant to be a show font example. It's meant to be a complete example showing all of the possibilities of a font. And I only needed one font, one single font at a single size, like the Game Boy Tetris. That's exactly um, and that's exactly what I needed. So anyway, so let me go. Okay, let me go to Patreon.com. Okay, let's go to Patreon and let's copy link. Okay, link copied. Patreon.com, Chastity White Rose Programming. Okay. Okay, and let's see how it looks now. Okay, we need a okay, we need to add a few new lines here. Okay, so all right. We're going to add an extra new line here and an extra new line here. So let's see what it looks like now. This game and the original Chaste are available on my programming Patreon account. Okay, there it is. And now it's all in capital because there's only capital text with the font I'm using. But people should still be able to type it in, whether caps or not caps, to still be able to access it. It's not that hard. And if you've seen this stream, then you will know that, yeah. Okay, let's see here. And let me, okay, so let's see here. And also I need to put my Twitch link. I totally need to put my Twitch link. So let me go to, okay, so let's go to twitch.tv. Okay, wait. Yeah, okay, can I just say something? When anybody opens Twitch, this is just the homepage. Okay, so I want to talk about this for just a minute. So Twitch is a site, people play games on it. That people play video games on it and stream themselves, talk about, like, for example, this guy he's playing something called Path of Exile. So he's using Twitch as it was meant to be used. It's mostly for game streaming. So this guy is doing it correct. So now some people are not using Twitch correctly. Okay, I'm not gonna click on any of these streams, but some people are just not. So notice that, for instance, this woman is she's wearing an outfit that looks like she's naked, because it's the color pink that's close to skin color. Now and then, and to be fair, there have been people who are mostly naked on Twitch, and I wish they would not do that. And then notice this 18 plus oiled up body. See, a lot of people do is they get views on their Twitch channel by, being naked, being sexual, being an attractive young woman. That's how they get Twitch followers. And I'm trying to do it the right way. I'm trying to promote my skill. I just wanted to put that out there. That's what I do. Is I use Twitch because I am a video gamer. Play chess and I play Tetris. Um, and I show my programming stuff. I just wanted to point that out, that's what I do. So anyway, so yeah, so here it is, twitch.tv Chastity White Rose here. Okay. All right, so let's see here. Okay. You may also want to follow me on Twitch and YouTube, where I frequently stream. Okay, yeah, not stream, not Steam. Frequently stream myself playing my own games or playing Um, official Tetris games and sometimes playing online chess. Okay, so first we're going to, okay, so there's the twitch.tv account. And then let's find what my YouTube channel's URL is. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, there's the chat. See, it's cool I can do all this from Linux. So let's go to YouTube. Shows that I'm live on Twitch right now because I am. Okay, so yeah, yeah, okay. I wasn't planning on this, but see, here's what happens when somebody opens when whether somebody opens Twitch or whether somebody opens YouTube. Um, you see all these things recommended to you. Now, here's the fun part. The fun part about the YouTube recommendations is that you have to understand both me and my mother use my YouTube account to watch videos on YouTube. I pay for YouTube Premium so I don't have to deal with ads. Just want to put that out there. I hate seeing ads because I'm vegan and I don't want to see Burger King or Arby's advertising their murdered animal products at me. So I'm angry that I have to pay the site to keep me from seeing ads. So in a way, I'm funding something wrong. And yet, at the same time, I am grateful to YouTube because it has allowed me to watch millions of great videos. It has given me a platform to upload my own videos. So I am grateful to YouTube, but I also think it really sucks that I have to pay just to get rid of advertising that's offensive to me. Okay, so anyway, here's my YouTube channel. And if you look at this YouTube channel, need to clear my throat. You'll see that I have a WordPress blog. In fact, that WordPress blog is actually kind of outdated. Um, and you see a video featured of me playing Apotris, which is another Tetris game. I play a lot of Tetris on my channel. It shows me more recommendations. It shows my playlist. It shows a lot of things. I've done a lot of videos. I have tons and tons of videos on my YouTube channel. And I have 509 subscribers on YouTube. So I'm fairly popular. Let's see here. Oh, this is great. On my about on my YouTube, I said, I am Chastity White Rose, lover of all unicorns and ponies, and artist of pixels and polygons. Fabulous secret powers were revealed to me the day I put on my checkerboard dress and said, by the power of grayscale, I have the power. And I became She-Man, the most powerful trans woman in the universe. And I came to understand who I am. I am a programmer who can draw pixels to bitmaps of both black and white, and a vegan who protects the innocent. But within me lies a mortal heart, which suffers from depression. Will I have the strength to resist, or will it be my doom? I had to say it in a dramatic voice. But anyway, yeah, that was my. I have a great about. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, so there's the WordPress. I have some WordPress blogs. Oh, and this is my up-to-date blog. My chastitywhiterose.wordpress. That's my up-to-date blog. Programming website. I have a GitHub account where I have a lot of my code. And then also just wanted to put out that Chaste, look at this. Chaste is actually on Steam. The original Chaste, that written in Raylib. And this version actually includes music. It's kind of funny how that works. So you can download and play that version of Chaste on Steam for free. Just wanted to put that out there. Um, and also, I want to show you something else about my YouTube channel. Um, I notice how it says featured. I want to talk about each of my featured channels here. I want to talk about each of my featured channels on here and how I know these people. Okay, The first one is Pafo. And he is my friend. He's a fellow vegan. He's a pantheist. We've done some great podcasts together on my channel, including sex, religion, and biopantheism, which is actually a very good talk we had. Um, so you can listen to that if you go to my YouTube channel. Um, so Pafo is a good friend, known him for years. Now Blair White, okay, looks like Blair White has 1.26 million subscribers. Now Blair White is popular. Now why is Blair White popular? Well, that's because she's stereotypically attractive, um, and she's a trans woman. So she was born male, transitioned to look female, has had a lot of surgery, been on estrogen for a long time. Now, I'm on estrogen too, but I am not as pretty as Blair White, I must admit. And Ben Shapiro. Now, Ben Shapiro, okay. The thing I follow Ben Shapiro. I listen to a lot of his videos, and my mom does too. Now, Ben Shapiro is a kind of a cool dude. I don't agree with him, obviously. I don't agree with him when he on his positions on gay marriage and on trans people, because he criticizes trans people a lot, and sometimes I even agree with him because some trans people are doing dumb stuff. However, um, he's pro-life. He's against abortion. I wish he was vegan, so he's not a hypocrite. That would be nice. But Blair White, Maya Henry, Isla Rose, and Samantha Lux, all of these are trans women. They're all male to female transgender people, and I've listened to a lot of their videos. They're very cool. And I actually, after I realized I was transgender, I started, looking for trans women on YouTube, and those are the most popular ones. So I feature them on my channel. But I forgot that I could feature channels, or even that I did that. And notice here I have a video of chess and chill, live chess winning streak. I actually won like 5 games in a row that night. So, and there's 184 episodes of the Free Will Science and Religion podcast. This is actually super cool. There's like 184 episodes here, and they're not like episode 3 is not in the right spot. Yeah, that's actually very weird. But and there's even subtitles that automatically generated. Yeah. Hey, we had 8 comments. Okay, so yeah, we had comments there, but yeah, there's a lot of episodes. So I highly recommend the Free Will Science and Religion podcast because it's actually very cool. It's it's really and there's a lot of episodes. We did a lot of episodes of that show. It's worth a listen if you like long podcasts of people talking. I still don't know whatever happened to episode 3. Wait, okay, where is episode 3? I don't. Oh, okay, here it is. Okay, let me fix this. Let's put episode 3 right after episode 2, and then notice 8 is not between 7 and 9 where it should be. Okay, I need to fix this. I should have fixed this years ago, but I wasn't aware until now. And then some of these don't even have they don't have like numbers. That's a little bit weird. I'm not sure why. I may have just forgotten. And then we had special guests too. But yeah, like yeah, I don't know. Okay, where did episode 8 go? Okay, criminal justice system. That's what it was. Yeah, that's cool. This is really, really cool. So anyway, yeah, I just want to fix the ordering of my episodes here because that annoys me. See, this is autism, folks. I get super upset when things are not precise. They must be in numerical order. Ah, okay, there we go. But I just want to show that this is, kind of what's on my channel. So anyway, let me do what I was doing before. Okay, wait. I'm trying to, okay, view your channel. It's strange. Yeah, why does it? Yeah, I'm trying to understand this. Okay. Because I want the correct link. Okay, yeah, let's see here. Okay, let me see here. Because if I go, okay. Yes, there it is. That's what it's supposed to look like. YouTube.com/at Chastity White Rose. Okay, so now I've got it. Now I've got it. So then we're going to put that in there. All right. So now that I've got that, I closed close that out. So TTF title screen. Let's come. Oh, wait. Okay. Let's. Okay. So now let's recompile and run it. Oh, hey, it shows up. Wait a minute. Warning string length is greater than length 509. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So the string length is greater than the length 509. ISO C9 are required to support overlay. That's strange. Huh. String length six. That's strange. I wonder. Huh. I wonder what that's about. I mean, it works. Oh, wait a minute. I think I need to make the text. Okay, I'm just gonna make the text global variable be much bigger. Let's see if that gets rid of the error. Um, that's weird. That's actually okay. Yeah, I'm getting a bizarre error. Um, wait a minute. Oh, wait. Conflicting types for text. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, do I have... Okay, I have something going... Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Oh, I see. So, wait. There's that one there. But then we have... Okay, main 66 and 23. Previous declaration of character text of type. Wait a minute. I have an error in my program here. So on line 66, um, it's strange. Wait a minute. Why is there a... Wait, char text, and then there is... Wait a minute. Oh, there are two instances of text. And technically, we can delete this one. Because, okay, so there's two. Why are there two instances of that? That's weird. Okay, it works. Okay, let's see. Huh, string length 662 is greater than the length 509. Huh, I don't know why it's oversized though. I honestly don't even know why that's an issue. Huh. That's bizarre. Huh. So there's some kind of error that I'm not aware of. I mean, it displays the text correctly, as it should. It displays it exactly as I wanted it to display it. It's perfect. I mean, the title screen is perfect. It tells you where you can look at my other stuff. So the title screen is perfect, but why am I getting an error? Hmm. Okay, I'm going to have to look at some things here. So let's see here. Um, okay, so TTF print wrapped. Um, hmm. Okay, that's strange. So, care text. Okay, so character text. So, okay, so what we've done here is I have, okay, so let's go back to graphics. So, okay, so I've passed an extremely long string into this. Okay, because if I comment out the whole block, okay, I did not mean to show the chat window. Okay, so okay, let's see here. Then it doesn't display anything. So that's actually weird. So let me try something. Okay, I'm going to try. Okay, instead. Okay, so here's what we're going to actually do. So instead of passing the, instead of passing all of this, okay, so instead of calling that function with a very big, okay, yeah, let's see here. I need to go back here. So a character of text, yeah, character string. So hmm, I wonder, okay, I need to figure this out. So I think I have an idea. What we're gonna do, okay, so let me find, okay, string copy. Okay, string copy. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're going to string copy, um, okay, okay, this is gonna be weird. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here because I have an error in my program that I want to fix. So, title screen. So what we're going to do is let's try string copy. We're going to copy into the text that it's a global character string, and now it's a bigger size. So let's let's copy. Okay, we're going to copy that into that, and then yeah. So all right. So we're going to do is okay. I think I have an idea. So we're going to copy that just as an example, and then we're going to call this function, but instead of passing the entire string in there, we're going to print wrapped text 0, 0. Okay, let's see here if it works. Okay, that works. So, okay, so let's try something. We're going to split this up. Okay, so we're going to copy this string, this very, very long string. We're going to copy that into the global text variable. Okay, we're going to split that up and see if the error goes away. Hmm, that's strange. I mean, it still works because it displays all of the text on the screen just fine. It totally does. But it's also, yeah, it's also, okay, it's still showing a warning. Hmm, okay. That's weird. It's weird how it's doing that. Okay, so let's try something. So if I, oh, interesting. Okay, so, okay. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, it's greater than the length. So in other words, okay, let's see here. So okay, so it has nothing to do with the text rendering function itself, because even when we don't render the text itself, it the string is it's still giving a complaint about the length of a string. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. First, we're going to okay, yeah, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. Okay, so I have an idea. We're going to we're going to string copy that. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna okay. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, so no error so far. So and we're still going to display. Okay, so now I am Chaste White Rose, the vegan. I am the creator of the video games Chaste, Chase Puyo, and Chase Panel. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so no errors, no warnings, nothing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to append this string. Okay, so then we're going to do string cat. Okay, string cat. All right. Wait a minute. Too few arguments to function string cat. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Oh yeah, because okay, string cat text because we're going to be concatenating. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. Hey, it works. There's no warnings anymore. I fixed it by dividing it up. Oh, and also, let me check something. Wait a minute. String.h isn't even included here. Okay, that's weird. Okay, so include string.h. Okay, that's weird. Because see, it will give me an error on Windows, even though it wasn't giving me an error on Linux for whatever odd reason. It was still giving an error on Yeah, on Windows. Okay, so here's the thing. So I got it working, but I want to show you. So how did I know about string copy and string cat? Okay, I want to show you something. So let me go back. We're going to open up a new tab here. Okay, C standard library. Okay. Okay, here it is. English CPP reference. Okay, so this is important right here. So CPP reference. This is the site that I reference. So I'm an experienced C programmer. Okay, I'm a very experienced C programmer. I've been doing this 20 years. So let me show you. So in stdio.h, we are seeing that f open, yeah, so f open, f close, f flush. So like I know that my program uses f open and it uses f close. For example, let's look. See my game in the main file. Let's search for f open. It tries to open for reading iMoveLog.txt. And then after it, does the title screen, does the game, then it will, if it's not already null, it will close it. And then it will also close the input file. So the output and input file. So, and then free, okay, so anyway, but yeah. So I'm using a lot of STL code. Okay, so I use printf extensively because you will have noticed that when I was doing my debugging, I was using printf a lot. Printf is like the #1 function in C. Like you use printf for your hello world. You can also use put string and stuff, but printf is like for printing formatted text. It does everything. It's just like the universal function. So anyway, so, oh, and also, just want to show you that fprintf, no, actually, no, it's sprintf. So sprintf prints to a string instead of to the console window. So then you can display that text or other things. So that's why it works. So you will notice that if I do, after when I run my game, notice how we have this title screen. It works. And notice how when we actually play the game, notice how it shows the number of moves, the current time, the combo, the number of lines, what block is currently being held for later use. I can switch between them infinite number of times. It's so cool. But yeah, so you see it works. So, but anyway, back to the reference. So I'm going to close all of my source files here. And yep, let's just, okay, the game compiles and works flawlessly. And oh, I just wanted to show one more time. I wanted to show. So we had for under graphics title screen, what we had actually done is instead of having this, because we can delete this now, instead of passing the entire thing as one big long string, we copy into the text string, we copy the first paragraph, and then we string cat the second one, and then we print the entire thing to the screen. So yeah, it absolutely works. So yeah, the game compiles, it runs, it works. There's the title screen. I can always add more later, but this is a complete working game. Okay, that's really good. So yes, that's what I'm gonna do. So what I'm going to be doing is later on, I'm going to be making a post on Patreon. That's what I'm going to be doing because it's actually really cool. Okay, that's nice. That's really nice. Yeah, I love this. So it works. But anyway, enough of that. I'm going to go. Oh, by the way, this long command to compile everything, it works flawlessly. And if you just run sdlconfig, um, it just by itself as a command, it it shows you what flags it's adding. It just works. It works flawlessly. Um, so I'm going to exit out of that. But as you see, I know how to do programming in Linux. So, so this has printf, it has sprintf, it has file stuff, and then math.h is important because math.h is also used in my program because it uses the number pi, it uses sine and cosine functions for the spinning polygon that appears in the game. So math is important to include. Now, stdlib is here. And what's interesting is it has some various features. So it has, let's see, because I believe, wait a minute. Yeah, system that can run a system command. I thought there was more. I thought there was a lot more. Let me see here. Where was malloc? Because I know that malloc was totally. I'm just going to do a search for malloc, the memory allocation thing. Okay, malloc thread safe. So apparently it's defined in stdlib. Okay. Okay, yeah, and this shows three different ways of saying without being the type name. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it shows how to allocate and deallocate memory. So malloc and free. My program doesn't use malloc and free because it uses SDL to handle the memory allocation for it. But string.h is, let's see, where is string.h? It should be, okay, string.h, string handling. So there are functions in string.h for is it alphanumeric, or is it just alphabetical, or is it upper lowercase, or is it a digit, or is it, all these things. But here, string copy copies one string to another. String copy, let's see here, copies the null terminated string pointed to by source, including the null terminator, to the character array whose first element is pointed to by a dest. So so basically string copy is it copies basically destination equals source. That's how it works. Um, and then notice how it has character restrict. I don't understand that exactly. But yeah, so string copy, it will just copy a string. It's actually super helpful. If you haven't know the exact string, you can just copy a certain string into something. And then string cat is right here, concatenates two strings. Copies a copy of the to the end. So it concatenates, it appends the string basically. And I have used string copy and string cat as part of the C standard library for years because they're very basic functions. And then there's also things like string compare. And string compare is actually used in the original version of Chaste, but I'm not going to be showing that code for this stream because that's not the purpose of this stream. But yeah, so anyway, it works. So, and I don't think anybody has actually been watching. Um, I don't think anybody's been actually watching. So, I don't really know. Yeah, I don't think anybody's actually been watching this stream. Probably not. But this has actually been a very good stream. I am going to, I mean, I succeeded in my goal. I succeeded for my goal in this stream. My goal was to make some progress on my programming, and then and I certainly did. So here I have a complete program, and I just gonna test it one more time. I can type make, it compiles, runs it, displays that text, and I press escape, it goes to the game. It works. It works flawlessly. Like it's a completely flawless game. So, yeah. In fact, I may even publish it. I may be publishing this game soon for everybody to be able to play. I mean, it's already the version was available before, was already on Patreon, but whatever. I'm going to be making a new Patreon post with the latest updates here. Okay, it works. And also, now that the executable exists, I can just run the program directly, and it works. Everything required is already there. So I'm going to delete the old archive, and then I'm going to make a new archive, and then I'm going to be uploading that to my Patreon in a post. Perfect. Absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to end this stream now. So I hope that somebody watches this. I will be also uploading this to YouTube as well. So if anybody's really interested in the process of my computer programming, you'll be able to see basically a 2-hour stream of me struggling to figure out how to add, a title page of wrapped text to my screen, and also how to figure out a certain error message it was giving me that I did by splitting the string into smaller substrings and using string copy and string cat. So it worked. So it totally worked. So I'm going to stop this stream, and I hope that I get some feedback on this because a lot of work went into computer programming tonight.